Okay, good morning, everyone. So please make sure you log into the Zoom with your first and last name, okay? So today we're gonna working on equations and rational numbers operation. So this is a very important lesson because solving equations require us to understand how positive and negative numbers work together. So let's get started. Okay, before we are waiting for other students join, so let's do a quickly warm up. So these problems are reviewing like the multi-steps equations and distribution. So there's a reminder, working carefully with negative number, okay? So the first two just equation and the last four, like I want you to simplify it, okay? And I'm gonna give you maybe 5 minutes to solve these equations. And also, I recommend you can use the decimal calculator I'm gonna send on the chat box. Okay. Okay, great. Time's up. So I'm gonna use the wheel of names to call somebody to answer the question, and you can send me the answer on the chat box. Oh, congratulations, Victoria. Okay, can you send your answers on the chat box, please? Okay, great. So let's quickly go over that. So the first one, so minus 2 times x minus 4 equals a. So what should we undo first? We minus 4 and y to isolate the variable, right? So, okay, I'm right on here. So we got minus 2 times x equals 8, and then we divided by minus 2. Okay, here's very important because we divided minus 2, so pay attention to the signs. Okay, so we got x equals, oh, sorry, this is gonna add 4, so it's equal to 12. Okay, so this is 12. So we got minus 6. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, let's look at the second problem. So what do we do first when we see this equation? Distribute, right? So we divided by 5 on both terms. So we got x minus 2 equals 3, right? Because 3 times 5 equals 15. And then we got x equals 5 because we added 2, okay, on the right side. Okay, so for here, because we divided by a positive number, right? So we don't need to change the signs. Okay, let's look at the third question. So this one is not an equation, we are just like simplifying. And we got 3x minus 3. Okay, excellent. And then let's do the fourth one. So this one is a little bit tricky because we have the negative 9. So negative times negative is positive, right? So we got 18 minus 9 times x. Okay, let's look at the fifth one. Um, so how do we distribute here? Yeah, so we got times x minus 3. Okay, so half of 6 is 3. Okay, let's look at the last question. So what do we do first? It's distribute, right? So we got 6 plus 3x and add 12. Okay, combine like terms. So we got 3x plus 18. Okay, we must combine like terms at the end. All right. So do you have any questions so far? Okay. Yeah, you can always send your question on the chat box, okay? And we can figure out together. Let's move on. Okay, so today's our goal is to review multi-step equations and identify the role of signed numbers in equations, learn and apply operations with rational numbers. All right, so let's look at activity one. So this is a real life problem. So let's read the situation together. At 6 a.m., the temperature was mm, -5 degrees Celsius. So the temperature is increased by 2 degrees Celsius, so every hour. And the first thing, I want you to can anyone tell me? So, um, is that above or below zero when we look at this number at 6 a.m.? Right, it's below zero, right? So it is so this is a negative number. Okay, so which means like when times equals zero, like we are starting with a negative number. And then it increased by 2 degrees Celsius every hour. So which means the temperature is going up or going down. Can anyone tell me? You can send on the chat box. Yes, it's going up, so our change is positive, like 2 every hour. Okay, so we start like -5. And then change is +2 every hour. Now I want you to finish the rest of the table. I already give you some of the number here. Okay, so you try to find like from times equal 0 to time equals 7. Okay, try to finish the table. You can use the decimal calculator. I'm gonna send you the link on the chat box. Yeah, each time, so this is like 1 hour, 2 hour, right? So each time we add two. Each time we add two. So we got for here. Okay. I'm gonna give you 10, uh, 2 minutes, okay, to solve that. Okay, time's up. So when it's 4, it's a 3, and the 5 is 5, right? So, because 3 plus 2 equals 5, and the 5 plus 2 equals 7, 7 plus 2 equals 9. Okay, so what number keeps repeating? It's 2, because we are adding 2 every hour. So the unit rate of change is 2 degrees per hour, okay? And also, I want to show you on the decimal calculator to see the graph, how it looks like. Oh, God. So the first one, we got 0, -5, -3, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So let's look at each point. This is a linear relationship, right? And I'm gonna, oh, sorry. Uh, I forgot how to. Okay, I'm gonna show you the lines. Okay, can you see that? The lines is going up, right? 'Cause each time we add 2, +2. Okay. Um, Let me go back. Do you have any questions about this graph? Okay. Mm. Okay. Now, I want you try to write an equation by yourself and represent the relationship between time and temperature. And also for here, I show three students like little equations to represent their relationship. And after you done the first question, can you tell me who is correct and explain your reasoning? Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. Okay. So X is time, okay, and Y is temperature. Okay, great job. So time's up. So the equation is Y equals 2X minus 5, right? And also before we already complete the table and you can plug in the numbers to double check if this equation correct. So which student is correct? It's Molly, right? So it's Molly. Okay, so let's move on. So here are two questions. The first one, what is temperature after 4 hours? And what is temperature after 7 hours? Yes, and remember our equation is y equals 2x minus 5. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to solve this equation. And after you've done that, please send your answer on the chat box. And I'm just use the wheel of names and call somebody. Okay, time's up. Excellent. So the first one is y equals 2 times 4, right? And minus 5. So we got 8 minus 5 equals 3, okay? So the temperature after 4 hours equals 3 degrees Celsius. Second question, y equals 2 times 7 hours, right? So we plug in 7 minus 5 and equals 9. Okay, can anyone explain like what this mean? Y equals 9. What this number mean? Yes. Okay. So this is means the temperature after 7 hours equals 9 degrees Celsius. Okay, great. Okay, so let's continue to look at this equation y equals 2x minus 5. So what types of numbers do we see? Can anyone tell me? You can text your answer on the chat box. Yeah, we see 2 minus 5. We also see there's a sign right before 5. So positive, negative, yes. So we see 2 is a positive number, right? And 5 is negative number, it's negative 5. There's negative sign, okay? So we already working with sign numbers. And also, can anyone tell me on the number line where is minus 5? Yeah, so minus 5 is left on the 0, okay? 0 is on the center here. So this is a minus 5, and where's a 2? Yeah, on the right side, this is a 2. Okay, so let's look at this pattern. So this table. So when x equals 0, we got the answer is minus 5. So minus 5 here. And when x equals 1, and we got answer is minus 3, 2, minus 1. So when we move from the minus 5 to minus 3, what did we do? Yes. So here's minus 5, here's a minus 3. So we move from minus 5 to minus 3. Yeah, so we added 2, right? 1, 2. So what operation did we use? Yes, we use addition, okay? And these numbers are all we call sign numbers. So when we move from -5 to -3, we are adding a positive number to a negative number. Okay, so right now I want you to do some the practice. Oh, before that, I'm gonna write down the equation. So, -5 add 2 equals -3. Okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna give you some practice. Okay, just do these two problems, and I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Yeah, you can use the number line or you can use the decimal calculator. Okay, it's time up. So let's look at the first question. So are the signs are same or different? Minus a -8, +3, right? So they're different. So when signs are different, what do? We do subtract and keep the signs of the larger number. So the larger number is 8, right? -8. So we got 8 minus 3, we got 5, and we keep the sign of larger number, so it's negative number. Okay, and look at second one. So this is okay, can you tell me the signs are same or different? Okay, if you cannot understand this question, let's rewrite this. Okay, so -6 plus -4. Okay, so right now, can you tell me the signs are same or different? Yes, they are same. They're all both like a negative number. So when signs are the same, what do we do? Add and keep the sign. So we got -10. So keep negative, okay? So great. So when we solve the equations, we are constantly like adding sign numbers, subtracting sign numbers, like multiplying sign number. Okay. And I want you to let's do a practice. Use the blue cam game. And I'm gonna give you maybe 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes to do this practice. Okay, great job today. Thank you, everyone. And see you next Thursday. Bye.